Hello, welcome to Gemstone Tarot weekend reading. What's a weekend? Weekend reading, 27th and the 28th. Cripes, it's nearly August. Look at that lovely page for when we get to August. I know. Okay, 27th and 28th of July, 2024. And a big shout out going to Rachel, 88, long-time loyal subscriber, who sent me what we're going to use today, actually. Summer Meadows Tarot, and it's amazing because you must be psychic, Rachel, because I would really wanted this deck. She also sent me this one, which I'll be using for some love readings because it's smoking hot. Okay, so I'm also going to show you what I do with the new deck when I use it. I know, gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Look, see the flowers, summer, a bit like that picture actually. So what I do when I have a new deck or a deck that I haven't used, it really made my day actually. I have to say, really made my day because I've been having just a few difficult days, and yeah, that was just like, oh my God, that is so nice. And it came boxed with loads of lavender in the box, which is always a good sign. The only times things with dried lavender have happened in my life, they've always been really good. So there you go. Right. Thank you, Rachel, a million times over. I'm going to show you. Shwing. It starts off really kind of like orderly and stuff. And it's like, there we go. We've got the deck. And then I have a little think about it, little jiggle. And then I just start literally throwing it around. So this is what I will do. And I sometimes do this, you know, when you have a deck where you've been doing loads of readings and you feel like it's got a bit stuck or something. And I don't think that there's any particular order to do this in, as in, I don't feel like you have to do it every week, every month, whatever. I don't do that at all. I just do it when it feels like that. But I always do it for a new deck. Give it a chance to shake down a little bit. And then usually what I do is the first reading I do off the deck is a bit like, is it called fishing? The card game we used to play with your granny, you know, where you fish out pairs. And I do it like this, just for the first one. There we go. And that's my overall energy card there. Nice. Good card stock, people, good card stock. It's very important to have good card stocks, otherwise you can struggle with the cards and nobody needs that. That's like having a door in your house that sticks. It annoys you every time you go in there. Right. Excellent. I am going to do it like this first. Ooh. Oh, God. Okay. Some really interesting energy around at the moment, isn't there? Really interesting energy. Oh, gosh. This deck can come again. We like this. Oh, my God. Okay, fine. Fine. It's going to be the deck of joy, I can tell. We start with an overall energy card of the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is a message about boundaries, about being strict with yourself in some ways, but also about taking a situation in hand and not accepting any nonsense. Okay? The Queen of Swords has come up a little bit recently, I think for water signs in particular, or just for signs that maybe are more empathic, saying, you know, it is all very well and good and the feeling is good and the feeling is there. And this could relate to love stuff for some people or friendship things. But at the same time, you have to have your non-negotiables, okay? Have to have your non-negotiables. Right. I'm going to show you the cards as well. Don't they look gorgeous? Now, we're starting here with the Three of Swords, which I like actually, because I always like a Three of Swords that looks a little bit like it might be made of some fabric. And this kind of looks to me like a padded heart, okay? Three of Swords, this has come up recently a bit as well. It's a feeling of making sense of your emotions, making sense of, and this, I think it possibly came up. I did a reading, what's coming in August, and a couple of days ago, which is down there if you want to see it. And I'm sure the Three of Swords was in that reading. It was a really interesting reading. So do have a look at that if you haven't already. It's one of those readings I was like, yeah, what's coming in August? What's coming in? Oh my God. And then it just went, oof. And then there was like woof, meow, and a neigh. The whole bit, the whole barnyard of spiritual noises got made making that video. Okay, Three of Swords. Past, present and future. Mercury retrograde coming up. It's a big, deep dive for a lot of us into emotions, connections, relationships, the validity of them, the non-validity of them, the fantasy, the reality, the whole bit. Okay, then we have Temperance, which is glorious when you've had the Three of Swords to have Temperance, because Temperance is about accepting the Three of Swords, accepting your own pain dialectic, your own pain history. There's a lot of that in that reading, which seems to be around at the moment, and it will be for August, because August is Mercury retrograde-tastic, isn't it? So there's something here about balancing your history, okay? Balancing still feeling with having boundaries, which is a difficult balance to get. We then have some utterly glorious cards, quite honestly. So Rachel, thank you. You've brought us not only a new deck, but some good juju to go with it. We've got the Star, one of my favourite cards in any deck. This is about spending time. Some people call it manifesting, other people just call it daydreaming. Call it what you like, but do it. Of sort of how you want things to be, what your ideal situation would be, and don't rule yourself out of that situation mentally before it's even happened. For example, it's looking straight to the Two of Cups. Two of Cups, Venus in Cancer. If you want this situation, you want this situation. You may be in a relationship that's more of a situationship, but you want it to be the full Monty. You want the full thing. You know, as they say, you don't want the crumbs, you want the whole loaf. So there's a call here referring back each time to the Queen of Swords, okay? That you want what you want, the heart wants what it wants, and it shouldn't have to apologise for it like it always did in the past. Strong channeled message there. Then we have the World, gorgeous, a cycle ending, a new cycle beginning. A cycle takes its time to end across the whole of August, and a new cycle begins as we go into eclipse season in September. Okay, we have got planets in retrograde. We do have this sort of pull backwards. I keep doing this in all my videos. I don't even know what it is. I think I said it in that reading as well. I think it's like when you used to cycle backwards as a child. You know, when you sort of went forward. I don't know how I did this, but I used to do it on my bike. And maybe when you were freewheeling, sometimes it made the chain come off. And you just, for a laugh, you'd cycle backwards. We're kind of cycling backwards, we're cycling forwards. Forwards, backwards, makes me want to do the Donna Summer robot. Yes. Oh, God, that's bringing me whole songs coming into my head. There's a lot of creativity knocking around at the moment. I know I'm experiencing it, which is making me slightly scatty and a little bit mad, but I quite like it. And then we got the Ace of Cups, as if the rest of it wasn't good enough. Ace of lovely cups. Self-love. Love is the answer. Love, which can be reciprocated, which is the Two of Cups. Or just self-love, which takes you to love being reciprocated, while accepting at the same time all of the sorrows that got you there, and being the Queen of Swords to decide that you are the gatekeeper of who comes in and who doesn't, whether it's friendship, platonic love, or the whole damn loaf. Okay, oof. This card keeps coming up and up and up and up and up. I'm pretty sure this also came up in the August reading. Go the distance. Definitely a marathon, not a sprint, and the kind of marathon where you gently walk rather than do that silly running business. Leave me a comment. Thank you again to Rachel. Immensely grateful. I think we're all going to get loads out of this deck, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.